Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about Rent-A-Girlfriend. Normally I also say the Japanese title, but I can't remember the Japanese title right now. Sorry for blanking. Also, if you hear screaming, my fiance is in the other room playing Fortnite. And our offices are adjacent from each other. So if you hear that, I am sorry. I'm trying to talk as loud as possible so the mic does not pick it up. But I can't control that. I've told him to shut up like 10 times. I've been saying I'm going to review this for a long time. Months coming. So let's talk about this. I actually watched this anime 5 times in order to do this review. Yes, you're not mishearing me. I did watch it 5 full times because every time I would finish it, I'm like, I would wait a little and I'm like, I don't remember how I feel. And so I'll watch it over and over again. And also with the ending, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about the ending. And so I'm like, at this point, I've watched it enough times to tell you there is watchability to this. There is definitely, you can definitely watch it 1,000 times and it's still interesting. But also, you're getting I would like to think you're getting a A1 review, because how many reviewers can say that they've watched an anime 5 full times in order to do a video? Which, it's kind of my fault, but it's okay. Now, the last time I watched it in English with my fiance, so that was a whole different experience. Honestly, I have thoughts on the English dub too, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit towards the end. So, okay, this is a summer 2020 anime. I literally did not remember. I wrote notes on Goodreads like months ago. Thought this was a fall 2020. No, it's a summer 20. No, 12 episodes long, and the plot is a boy gets dumped by a girl and decides to start using a rental girlfriend service, which is actually a real service in Japan, if y'all didn't know that. I literally wrote, what? I have not read my notes back in like a while, guys. Okay, he's kind of a big perv, and that's why he gets into most of the problems during the series. Anime. I did also do a first impression on this anime. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm gonna put it in the eye. In my notes, it says, I watched this anime 3 times. And okay, so Rental Girlfriend, if you guys do not know, is a Japanese service where you can rent a person. You can actually, pretty much, it's kind of like non-sexual escorting, if that makes sense. Can escort mean that you're sexual? Let's see, let's look it up. Okay, so an escort is a person or group of people accompanying another for protection or courtesy. And definition 2 says, a man who goes with a woman to social events. That would make sense, and yeah, it's kind of like an escorting service. A woman or man who's hired to go with someone to a special event, often used before another escort service or agency. Escorting has like a bad rep to it, so it's not escorting, but it's escorting. There's actually a really good video on Asian Boss about rental girlfriends.
Renting people out has become a trending business, and you can even pay somebody to act system work.
最初2時間からで1時間6000円で2時間でその1万2000円から申し込みができて、初回は指名料は無料なんですけど、2回目から指名するっていう時は
And I've watched that video a few times. That is how good this video is. I really, really, really enjoy Agent Boss. If you guys, I know everyone hates the main character in this, and I will say, I mean the main girl in this, they're like, she's a villain. I do not think she's a villain. She is doing her job, sir. She was doing it for a check and she'll do it again. Bop, bop, bop. Like, it's a job. Like, I feel like the main guy, I forgot what his name is, Boy Katsukun, he's kind of an asshole because he knows that he's paying for the service. He understands the rules and regulations of this service. Also in Japan, things like escorts and sex workers are a lot more okay. And so he could go to an actual sex worker. He doesn't, and he kind of complains about things. And it's like, well, it's kind of his fault. It is 110% his fault. But also, because of his kind of like dumbness, we get these like situations, and I think it's funny, and I think this show's really funny. Because if he wasn't that like weird and like kind of virginal, we wouldn't get this show. And that's okay. Like, it's 100% okay that like he's like this, because it's entertaining, and we are letting him suffer for our entertainment. Thing I want to talk about with this, because I think I watched this 5 times, and I felt like watching this show 5 times, as I've mentioned, like at least 5 times in this video, has made me realize that you can never make a perfect review on a show. I'm gonna analyze, annotate, find things in this show to be like, this is profound and no one's ever talked about this ever before. in the history of anime commentary, but that's just not true. Cute, kind of, like, if you like ecchi, which I do, I like ecchi, it has a lot of fan service, it's cute, it's entertaining. The only problem I really have with this show is the fucking ending, but, the ending, their season 2 is supposed to come out 2021, which is this year, which is nuts, because this season 1 came out last year. Like, that is so, like, this must be a really popular series, because that is such quick turnover. I don't know if it actually will end up, like, actually airing in 2021, but even if it airs in 2022, that is some quick-ass turnaround, especially if it's a whole season and not an OVA. That is such a quick turnaround, and I would, honestly, we will talk about it. We will talk about that here on this channel when there is a season 2. But yeah, let's go back to the ending. I don't know why I put this in my notes, because this was apparently very, very important. The ending song and opening song are switched in the last episode. I don't know why that was so important for me to tell y'all. Very important. Yeah, so like in the last few minutes, Kazu confesses his love. He Koko to Mizuhara, and it just ends. And I was just like, oh my god! And I was like, honestly, didn't really like that ending, but I'm like, okay, I'm good with this ending. And then we get like kind of like maybe like a few seconds into the ending, and then it's a false ending. It's they fucking they it kind of, I was like, wait, what? Why? We get a response, and she's like, what the fuck? And he is like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm just kidding. I will continue to rent you out because you're a really great person and I love you. And we are really back at square one, which, I mean, I think there's like 20 volumes of this manga out, so I'm not knocking it. I'm just like, why would they do that? I don't know if because sometimes like a manga is slated to finish, but it gets really popular all of a sudden and then it ends up adding more. Maybe that happened. I have no clue. And I wrote these notes before season 2 was confirmed. And like, if there's a season 2 or series 2, we will be satisfied. So I manifested. You're welcome, guys. The ending feels way too open-ended, and I 100% agree with past Sheila there. It is way too open-ended. And this has really made me want to read the manga, which honestly is probably their goal. They're probably like, let's get more manga sales. I have some saved on my Kindle, so I will be reading it eventually. We will get a video about maybe volumes 1 to 3 eventually on this channel. When that will happen, I cannot give you a date, because this one, I literally gave you guys a date and I didn't provide that in the time I said I would. So we don't do dates here anymore. We just don't. Like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen next week, it doesn't happen next week. We don't know. We have no schedule here. I would like to say in March, but I don't even know. I don't even trust myself, so sorry. And like I said, I did watch the English dub with my fiance, and we're gonna talk about that real quick. The English dub, I actually really like the English dub. I think the English dub was done really well. Like, I think the English dubs, especially these days, are getting a lot better than like 90s dubs, because 90s dubs are pretty bad. But this one was pretty good. I really liked it. And also, like I said, I've watched this show so many times, but in the background there's sometimes commentary, and like in the Japanese version you don't really hear it that much, but in the English version it's so loud, and honestly it just kind of makes it even more funny. Like, they're not whispering, it's just like they're talking. Like, people will be like, I can't believe they're together, he's so ugly, and it'll be like so loud, and like in the Asian version it's like, oh my god, he's so ugly. And it's just, I don't know, like the contrast though is so funny. And also, like, I think he has like a gecko or something, and so he's like, the gecko's like, oh, feed me. Like, that shit was funny too. It was so fucking funny. I think that it was fucking brilliant. I loved it. Whoever did like the cute stylistic parts of the English version is so fucking funny, and I love it. Yeah, and my fiance didn't really say much about the ending either. He was just like, oh, that's it. Okay, great. Also, my battery is now dying, so editing Sheila coming in here real quick. I have Rent a Girlfriend stickers up on my Etsy shop, so if you guys would like to buy them, they look kind of like this, so check them out. It is at Shai Usagi by Sheila on Etsy, so hopefully, just wanted to plug this. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, bye.